Hey YouTubers, he's back. As you can tell from the title, it's another pickup. I am meaning to do a game room stroke Star Wars stroke game house type video, but I'm just waiting for everything to be fixed up and perfect, and when I'm in the right mood and got the time to do it, it's going to take some time to do that, so I will be doing that. And I will be doing a SNES collection video as well, so there's two outstanding videos, I know. But I just wanted to do some pickups just to clear up some space more than anything else really. So with no further delay, let's crack on. Okay, vinyl of the month. It's always good to have vinyl of the month, isn't it? What have I got? A couple of soundtracks. We have House of the Dead. Got that cool artwork, although obviously you don't buy vinyl for the artwork, although you do kind of, don't you? Otherwise you just have CDs. It's a combination, isn't it? It's the tactile feeling of having the vinyl in your hand and playing it and listening to it, as well as the artwork, I suppose. And House of the Dead 2. They're by the same publisher, Cartridge Thunder Records. Yeah, these were about, in total with shipping, about £90 for the two they were, even though I got them from separate sellers. Which, as you know, with vinyls and stuff, it's not as bad as it sounds, because sometimes they get expensive quite quickly, especially when they're out of print. By other gaming related stuff that isn't exactly games, Crash Bandicoot plushie. I don't get many plushies, although I am a sucker for a few of my favourite IP, and I did have a Crash Bandicoot one, and saying that I'll probably see them in a charity shop now, because I've not seen them in the wild for years. But yeah, it wasn't, I got it in game, I think it's about 15 quid or whatever. Also in game, got some sunglasses. Why? I don't know why. One is, I do know why. One is Resident Evil. These were reduced from £20 to £10. Now, the way these are displayed in these sort of flimsy little gatefold boxes, all loose, you're thinking they look like the cheap and nasty sunglasses you get from gouges, petrol gouges, and charity, I mean not charity shop, cheap shops and so forth. You don't expect to get a decent quality pair of sunglasses. However, when you take these off, the food quality's not bad, but the packaging is just cheap and nasty. So they would have been £20 full price, but they would, a lot of them reduced to in-game to 10, so I got them in game. But they also buy the same makers, which I like for what they call do a lot of numbskull, yeah. Got these PS4 gaming glasses in this nice packaging. Now these were $14.99 in game. Never going to use them, of course. But my point is, if they can afford to package sunglasses and stuff like that for 4 to 15 quid, yet they skimp out and don't spend a few extra pence on the packaging for these. Alright, okay, you're going to say, well, they've got to pay for a license. True. But if they've done with licensing like this and packaging like these, I'm sure they'll sell a lot more of these, because these look cheap and nasty, don't they? But anyway, that's me having a little moan off. Packaging does matter. You know, it's not like it's a pack of crisps or something, is it? You just eat and throw away. These are collectible bits. Okay, next thing. Got this in CX. It's a Nintendo GameCube Game Boy Advance cable, all boxed. I think it was about £12 or something. It wasn't a huge amount of money, all boxed. I can't remember if I already had one of these. I might do somewhere buried in the back of the game room. But for £12 I thought, no, I'm not going to chance that. I might as well pick that up for a GameCube stroke GBA collection. Also I got from Amazon, which I will use at some point, is a nice pair of Joy-Cons These are the purple and orange ones. I just got these because I really like the colour scheme on these. Sort of, you know, 80s neon colours type things, the purple and orange. I just think they're pretty cool. Dale on this channel, is it Daily Retro? I think it's Daily Retro. He recommended these by Retro Fighters. I didn't know they brought them out. These are what they call the Defender wireless gamepads, which can be used on the PlayStation consoles, PS1, PS2 and PS3. And as you know, with a lot of PS3 controllers, they tend to go funny after a while. You can repair them and change batteries and so forth, but still. And this trouble is, when you buy PS3 controllers, there's so many bootleg Chinese ones, isn't there? And I know you can tell there's subtle markings to the bodies of them, there is. And you can tell them as soon as you plug a lead in as well, where they charge. They charge differently as well. But anyway, that's hard to tell how it charges when you're actually in a car boot or marketplace or shop. But anyway, to cut a long story short, I wanted a decent controller, and these ones by Retro Fighters are really good. Much better build quality than the Saturn controller that they did. Bit of weight to it, nice and sturdy, rechargeable battery, wireless, and they do them in different colours, grey and black. I got them back all with a black one, but I also wanted the classic PlayStation grey one. So they're good to have. Decent controllers for those systems. Bit more Nintendo to it. There's a little baggie. There is it came all. That's how it came all posted. It's one of those Nintendo Labo sticker kits, all sealed. It was basically about £4 or £5 delivered. Nintendo Labo. I'm not a big fan of Nintendo Labo. I just think it's throwaway to it. Although I have been collecting the cartridges, which I'll show you a couple later, which I see when I see them cheap in the second-hand shops, because I think there will be collectible sorts. But this is the sticker set that they said in the box. Again, it was only a £5. It's something that I don't think it'll ever worth big money, but it'll be something that you won't always see, I suppose. With it being Halloween, I've got some horror Blu-rays. I know it's not really a Blu-ray or DVD channel, but I just thought to show what I picked up. You've seen all these, or 3 of them you all have anyway. First of all, it's the Holy Trilogy of horror movies. A Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, Friday the 13th, and of course Halloween. So I thought I'd get those on Blu-ray, have them on Blu-ray and have them on DVD. Why not? And also on Blu-ray, I had part 1 and 2, or 1 and 2, of a Toxic Avenger, but I didn't have 3 and 4, so I got all the Toxic Avenger movies. And yeah, cheesy, gory, silly, bad taste, stupid, yeah. But yeah, it's probably a Marmite movies. You either hate them if you watch them, or you'll just love them because they're just so over the top and stupid. But yeah, some Toxic Avenger movies, classic. And look at those boxes, aren't they gorgeous? That sort of bright green. Anyway, let's move to games now. This is literally about £1.50 in CX. I only got it because it's Sega. Sega Casino. It's a Sega game on a DS. Cheap, £1.50. Will I play it? Probably not. Okay, I had this on the Wii U and Wii and PS3, I think, as well. But Epic Mickey Power of Illusion. This game is a unique game in its own right. It's a 3DS sort of platforming one. But people rate this as being really good. So this is definitely a must-buy for 3DS. And it's still relatively cheap. I think I got that for about £6 delivered. This other game is not so cheap. Got it from Japan. I think it was about £35 with shipping, between 35 and 40. And it's from the House of the Dead series, but obviously it's a typing version, English of the Dead on the DS. yeah, I think the DS is region 3, I believe, so I can play it. I don't know how far I'll get with it though. But being a House of the Dead, I had to have it for a collection. And I've got, yeah, in my next pickup video, I've got some other, I think it's the next video, it will be some other House of the Dead goodies to show you guys. Okay, let's turn to Sega Saturn. There are a few titles I'm upgrading from repro to original. So I had the repros of these, but I thought I'd get the original. So first of all, this is probably the best game. Darius Gaiden or Gaiden. Japanese. There wasn't released in PAL, so you can only get it on Japanese. Japanese in Japan. Not too expensive. I think it was about a £30 mark or £35. But there is also a PAL version of this other Darius game that you could get, which is Darius 2. Now, this game, I've got it all complete. Got it from a UK sale for about 35-40 quid again, which was a bloody good deal on this, because this can easily go for more than that. And ironically, the Japanese version is even more expensive than that. So, so I thought I'll get a PAL copy, because, you know, given a choice, I do like to get a PAL copies on a lot of these games if possible. Even though arguably the Japanese are better in other ways. But no, I'm happy to have those. One other Saturn game, this is a reproduction because the original will cost you about 150 quid probably. And it is Three Wonders Arcade Collection. So it's a combination of 3 games. You've got a shooter, a flying shooter, you got a decent platformer and a puzzle game, and they're all pretty good. So I've got this reproduction one with printed disc and everything, really nice set. Only a tenner from a seller on Etsy, where I usually get my repos from. So I'm happy to pay 11 quid for that. 150 quid, it's not a priority, especially when you can get other to it, which is as you can see here. Alright, let's do a Switch now. Nintendo. First of all, One Lonely Wii game. This is from a US exclusive. It didn't come over in Europe or PAL. And that is Excite Bikes. You've had, sorry, not Excite Bikes. Get mixed up with the NES game now, I think. Excite Bots. Trick Racing. This game is really, really good. You control a number of different robots and they go at high speed. It's extremely arcadey and everything else. It is a really good racing game and it's not too expensive to import. I do have a modded Wii, so it's quite easy to play. So I think that's not a problem because I think the Wii is region locked, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So if you've got a region 3 Wii, do pick that one up. Why it did not come to Europe, I don't know, because it is a good game. Okay, I already had the first one, but there was these other Toy-Con Labo with the cartridges. There's number 2, number 3. I got those for about £1.50 each in CEX. So there's a 4th one, which I will need to pick up at some point before it goes silly money. People are asking silly money for it on eBay, and I'm not paying that for it, so I just had to buy my time. Okay, other Switch ones. I think I've got a second hand. Mario and Sonic at Olympic Games. I think it's about £22 mark. My daughter loves all the Nintendo Mario games, so I just always get them for her to play. A shooter. This is from PlayAsia. Parumi. I had wanted it. It is on the PS4, but I've missed the boat on that. PS4 copies go for loads of dosh unless you're lucky. So just got the Switch version. And that's supposed to be a definitive, so whether or not how that compares to the PS4 version, probably not a lot. Limited run game. Classic cave shooter. Mushi Visama with the card. Yeah, it's so good that so many cave games are all coming over to a Switch, and that's really cool. I mean, it'd be good if it came to PS4 as well, but at least we got them on the Switch. Okay, I had the first game, and this is a sequel. It's a sort of almost like a shooting stroke smutty game. Waifu 2 Discovered Medieval Fantasy. As you can tell, it's all sealed. I've not played this. I will probably play it one day, but I'm in no rush. I think I got this from Amazon for about £23 mark. Yeah, I just picked it up before it got out of print. I don't think it's the sort of game you're going to see second hand in game somehow. Or CX. Okay, on the Xbox. Few steelbooks. Some steelbooks on the Xbox One are the same price as a normal one, and some are a bit more expensive or harder to get. It's about luck sometimes. I know CX do them all at the same price, but sometimes you don't see any CX. This one I saw in cash converters for about £2. Deus Ex Mankind Expanded Day 1 Edition on the Steelbook, really good condition, so I thought, I had it on the PS4, but I thought, why not? This one I got off on eBay. I think it was about between £20 and £25 mark, because you don't see it, and it's an Alien Isolation Evac Lifeboat, a Steelbook. I do have a Steelbook on the other systems that they came out on, but I didn't have it on the Xbox One, so I tend to go multi-platform with Alien games. This one again, I didn't have in a Steelbook. Finally got it cheap. I think it's about a £20 mark. Gears of War 5 Ultimate Edition. Obviously, I've played the standard edition game. So I wanted a Steelbook. And I got getting these. Want to get these on the PS4. I haven't got it yet on the PS4. Mass Effect Legendary Edition. So that's all the games on one disc. And Mass Effect Andromeda. This was about £2. This was cheap. This was reduced to about 15 quid somewhere. Can't remember where though. Okay. PlayStation goodies. Not PlayStation 1, but this got some PlayStation 2 games. Now, a lot of you thought say, "Oh, I thought you finished collecting for that." Well, I did, but I realised that there are a few American imports I wanted to get, and when I was doing them, I realised there was one PAL game which I thought I had, but I didn't. And that PAL game which I thought I had, but I didn't, was Fatal Fury Battle Archives Volume 1. So it's got Fatal Fury on, Fatal Fury 2, Fatal Fury Special, and Fatal Fury 3 Road to the Final Victory. Got that off eBay. I think it came from Spain or Germany in the end for about 35-40 maybe. Not a cheap game to find. This is new, sealed from America. Didn't come out in PAL territories for whatever reason. Fatal Fury Battle Archives 2. So it's got Real Bout Fatal Fury, Real Bout Fatal Fury Special, and Real Bout 2 were newcomers. Yeah, it wasn't loads. That wasn't that expensive. I think it was about £30 for a sealed game. Not bad. Okay, American exclusive Ace Combat 5, The Unsung War. A lot of these I can't remember how much I paid now. If we say between 15 and 30 for all these. Narc, classic Narc game. This did come out in PAL territories on the Xbox, but not on the PS2. Mobile Suit Gundam Encounters. There is an American copy of this, and I thought I ordered that because I ordered this from the States, but it was the Japanese copy. That's what you got to be, I've made a, caught slipping I was. It plays, you can play it in English, even though it's Japanese, you can still play it, so it's still playable. It's just unfortunately not the English copy. Will I get the English copy? I don't think I'll bother. It's still a lot of money, still about £40 to £5 mark. So I think I'll just stick to the Japanese. I never don't play it, even if I had the English copy. Right, history channel, Civil War Secret Missions. This game also came out on the PS3, I believe, which I got on the import too. But yeah, it's a sort of American Civil War game which you don't see over here, so it's an interesting genre. Okay, a game that was American exclusive, Grandia 3. I probably did pay more than 30 quid for this. I think it's probably about a £45 mark. American exclusive. Although you might be able to get in Japan too. Alright guys, we're getting there now. It's that's pretty much retro. All I've got now is a PS4 and PS5. So for some of you, you may want to switch off. Although it's not, some of these games are combinations of retro. So you might be interested just to see, see those. Maybe. Alright, Dark Souls 3 Game of the Year. A lot of these I've got in a 3 for 2 deal from Game or from CEX. I'm not going to go over prices for these because I can't remember roughly, so I'll just go through the games. Dark Souls 3. Daymare 1998. I know there was a Black Gatefold box copy or whatever this, which was the first issue, and this is like a reissue. I'm not that bothered to get the cardboard one. Maybe this one will be rarer than that cardboard one, I don't know. I never saw a ghosty game, which is quite cheap. Ghost Parade, I've got that really cheap. This game looks really good. It has a PS5 upgrade available. It's Immortals Phoenix Rising. This has got a bit of elements of God of War in it. It looks a really interesting game. Horror game, Oxide Room 104. Or sealed. I think that was Amazon retail for about £20 or £25 maybe. Again, this was super cheap. I got this for about a £5. Super Epic, The Entertainment War. So it's about video games are dead, we must save them. So it's a video game about video games. So interesting. And for about a £5, why not? Alright, this game's got PS5 upgrade as well. Alan Wake Remastered. Again, that was cheap, about £10. Ark Survival Evolved. That was cheap too. This game looks interesting. It's called The Hunt Showdown. It's like set in the time of West, in the American Civil War, but there's some kind of monsters stroke zombies around as well, and you've got to fight other people too to survive as well. So I don't think it's a campaign mode on that. I think it's just sandbox. Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I did have this on the PS4. I showed you the Xbox One. I've got this from Limited Run. It's for Blood Rain Revamped Collection. So it's got the 2 Blood Rain games that was on the PS2. Alright, Redout Space Assault. This is like another Limited Run exclusive game. There was a Redout game, which I think was a PSVR game perhaps, that we did go over here, but this is another one. Darksiders 3. I'm glad to have that. Hired Gun. This wasn't a lot of money either. Looked quite interesting. By creators of XCOM, Phoenix Point Behemoth Edition. Of course, a bit of a mouthful. It's got a bit of a horror elements, so it's like XCOM mixed with aliens. Crash Team Bandicoot, Nitro Fueled. Detroit Become Human. Limited Run, Castlevania Requiem. I think I got that for about £55 mark of eBay. I missed out on the original launch of that. This is Tormented Souls. I think that's about £22 mark. Classic horror based on Resident Evil type engine type. One Piece Pirate Warriors 3. Daisy. This game is creeping up money. This one, as a horror game. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag classic. Disgaea 6 Complete Edition, which has I think it's got a bonus CD soundtrack inside and perhaps a few other little bits. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I got this in CX. It's a limited edition of Ni no Kuni Revenant Kingdom. It's all complete. Again, it wasn't a lot of money. I think it was about £15 mark. Immortal Unchained. Again, an interesting game. That was quite cheap. Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls collection. That's about £8. And this game is another shooter with sort of smutty elements, I believe. It's based on the anime. Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid Burst Forth Korogun Breath. Yeah, that's easy to remember, isn't it? Yeah, I got that from the States. Okay, PS5. Got a couple of boxes saved to the end. Uncharted. Yeah, that's about £20 mark for CX. Last collection set. A sci-fi spaceship exploration one, Corvus. Again, a lot of these were 3 for 2 deal from the game, so they weren't expensive. Ghostwire Tokyo. So this is a bit of a ghost story horror one, based in Japan, obviously. In Sound Mind. This is quite a funky little. It's horror, but not scary horror, if that makes sense. With Persistence Enhanced Edition, there was a standard edition, I believe, that was on the PSVR, on the PS4, and there's a Switch version, I think, as well, which I do have. Okay, let's go back to the last one. Dolmen Day 1, that was cheap. Among Us Crewmate Edition, again, I got that for my daughter. This game reminds me of Okami, Spirit of the North Enhanced Edition. I got that for about £15 in CX. I thought I could give it a go. Alright, these other games, I got this for retail from Amazon, so that's about 30 odd quid. So this is the 30th Anniversary Ultimate Bundle Edition of Mortal Kombat 11. So it's still book set, so I thought, I already played the Ultimate Edition of that, but to have that nice set, I thought, why they brought it out now, as the game's been out for so long, I guess it's because of the 30th anniversary or whatever, but I just thought it'd be a collector's piece. Right, this is a PS5 box set. It's all sealed and new, but the game and art book inside it's all English, because I've seen an unboxing on I've seen an unboxing video, and it's definitely all in English, even though the packaging is European on the back. So it's Terminator Resistance Enhanced Edition. So this did come out on the PS4, but they've brought out a Ultimate Edition on PS5, and this is a box set version of it, and it wasn't a lot of money. I think it's about £27. And this one I got in while I was on holiday, sort of in Ipswich, and they had this in cash converters, and it's in minty condition. It's like never been touched. And it's a Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy with Square Enix game, and this is a steelbook collector's set. It has like an art book as well as a steelbook tin and things. So that was only 20 quid, so I thought that was not a bad buy. So I've got my PS5 collection is building up. PS4s, they seem to be everywhere, don't they? PS4 games. But it's such a brilliant library. You have to, a lot of people don't like modern systems, but the amount of games on the PS4, it can easily keep you happy gaming for a lifetime, easily, couldn't it, really? But anyway, guys, I digress. Hope we're all doing well in these uncertain, crazy times. I hope we all get by over the next few months. Things are a bit grim out there, aren't they? It's a bit depressing, and it doesn't seem to be getting much better. But hopefully, we'll get through it. Christmas around the corner, and hopefully it won't be so bad. So take care, guys, and I will, like I said, do either a SNES collection video or the actual Game Room Torn video, which is a bit late, I know, but I've been, I just want to get the pace just right for it. Anyway, guys, you take care, and until later, bye.